Hello everyone, welcome to another video talking Geeky. Today's video, my thoughts on a movie I just watched about 3 hours ago. A movie is called 65. But before we start, as usual, spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1, everyone, be warned, spoiler alert. So as many of you know, I like to play the trailer while I talk. 65 starring Adam Driver and Adrian Green. You know, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. I've never been good at pronouncing names. Anyway, so this film, how do you say it? Saw the trailer, and anything with dinosaurs gets my attention. So this got my attention. Trailer looks pretty good, pretty dark. I like the concept. And when I saw the running time, 4 minutes, I was like, okay, this is pretty short. And then the screen reviews cards coming out, and it's got kind of pretty bad reviews so far. Not good anyway. I still watch it because I have a cinema pass, and I had a day off. Why not? I had nothing else to do. So I decided to watch this film. I kind of went in there without any high expectations, as you should. And plus, I pretty like Adam Driver. Quite like him as an actor. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of his, but I do like him as a pretty decent actor. And like I said, I like dinosaurs. So the premise is, I like the way the beginning starts. Like the whole galaxy, his universe zooms into our galaxy. So Adam Driver is like you can say they're humans from another planet, maybe in a different solar system. And it starts off with him and his wife and his daughter, and he was taking this job. It's going to be about 2 years long, and just get extra money because the beginning scene is there by the beach. He's just telling his daughter it's going to be a couple of years and so on, because his daughter has got this illness. That's why he's working to get extra money to pay off the bills. Even the alien races have bills to pay, right? So anyway, suddenly it cuts off, and then you see a spaceship flying. A meteor kind of hits the spaceship, and then the spaceship, kind of like flies into the meteor asteroid belt or something like that, or meteor storm. And then the AI, the computer, start ringing, and Adam Driver wakes up, and lo and behold, asteroid field, loads of little asteroids hit the spaceship, and then of course it smashes and it crash lands on a planet. And as we know, we find out it's Earth 65 million years ago. And and then the ship splits in two, and he's carrying a bunch of cargo, which is humans, are in cryostasis. And while the ship is entering Earth's atmosphere, it splits in two, and then most of the stasis pods kind of eject, and all of them dies. He goes out and trying to find, and the computer saying, all of them are dead. And he's trying to, there's a bit when he wakes up and you see like a big shard of metal in his kind of abdomen, pulls out, and he starts finding all these pods and all dead, and he's screaming and under stress, as you would do, right? Landing on an alien planet, and you start hearing all the noises. One thing I do like, I do like the sound design in this. I do like that. And then, all as he's sending distress signals, it's getting to a point where there's no hope, and a lot of flashback for your daughter. And there was a scene that he was about to kill himself with his rifle gun, laser gun, whatever it is. Then he kind of changes his mind, goes back into the spaceship, and the computer picks up a life signal. So he goes there, finds a little girl, Adrienne, and then gets out of the pods, take her to the spaceship, and you find that it's different language. I don't know what it sounds, a bit like a cross between French and Spanish. So no, find it, and then they become together. Then they need to. There's another scene just before he finds the survivor was he found there's a light from across the mountain, about 15 kilometers away, and he discovers that's the other half of the spaceship where there's a pod, not escape pod, that is still functional. So no, he gets the girl and then revives her and so on, and off they go to find the spaceship 15 kilometers away, and it's kind of like bonding throughout the whole film. You find out little snippets, flashbacks when the girl starts to play some of the videos or holographic videos of her daughter. You kind of guess that Adam Driver's little daughter died from the illness and he wasn't there because he had to do the job and he was in space for 2 years and so on. And the little girl that he saves, you can see that the parent, the daddy bonding and so on. So this film, I like the setting, set 65 million years ago, dinosaurs. I like the setting, it's really, really good. I'm glad they made the velociraptors the actual size, not like in Jurassic Park where they're 6-7 feet tall. Every real raptor's about 3 or 4 feet, 3 feet, about the size of a large turkey or something like that, probably even smaller. So I like that. They took some creative licenses, of course, in some of the designs, creatures, like the T-Rexes and the big dinosaur. I'm not sure what the dinosaurs at the end. There's a couple of like homages to Jurassic Park bit where they're in a cave and a waterfall, and the dinosaur's head comes through and starts to shoot it. It kind of reminds me of Jurassic Park: The Lost World. So I like the atmosphere, I like the world they made. It looked very authentic. Not that I know, I'm not a scientist or anything, but it looked pretty authentic. But my problem is, I understand this film doesn't have much dialogue, which is good. I don't know if say it's good or bad, because the kid doesn't speak English, or they don't understand each other. And, they start to bond, they start to have fun, and he starts to kind of like protect her, become a father figure. And, Adam Driver lies to her, saying we need to get to here because that's where your family is, your parents are. And of course she finds out the parents already died when the pods jettisoned and landed and died. So like I said, there's only 2 survivors. But I like some of the suspense in this film, the dinosaurs attacking them. I wanted to see more type of dinosaurs, to be honest. Some fun bits where he smacked a big insect on the back of his neck and he got this goo on his hands. That was pretty fun. The little girl was annoying. They did things that, I wouldn't do. She runs off because they got attacked and she stays in the corner. I'm like, come on, man. Adam Driver just saved your life. You want to stick with him? He's the one who's got the guns and he's got all the weapons and the know-how. A little bit annoying there. But I think this film, I really thought in my mind that, how do you say it, could have been a lot more to it. What I mean by that is, that if you watch like Ancient Aliens or any kind of these kind of pseudoscientists, they talk about how, or transpermia, where human life came from outside, maybe from a meteor or whatever, then it mixed in with the organic matter on Earth and then produce mammals and humans and so on. I think this could have been kind of a bit more than that, this film. In my mind, I thought it'd be like they come here crash landed because all of the bodies, spaceships that died. And this was around the time, a few days before the big meteor that killed the dinosaur 65 million years ago, and I want it to be more about, a bit more scientific, a bit more that where the humans and the meteor hits it, and it's because of the human dead bodies that kind of started the DNA chain reaction, and that's how humans came about in this world, or something like that. It's because I've always kind of, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I believe in a lot of these ancient aliens pseudoscientists, but it would be fun to have a film about that where the traces of humanity came from us from a different planet all those million years ago, and it was it was by accident that we left our DNA on this planet through a spaceship crash, and it could have been like a long series, and like the ending of the film, like a post credit set in modern day, and then they found a remnant of the spaceship, something like that. But overall, the film was some places boring. It was 90 odd minutes, and it felt longer because there's some scene that drag. Adam Driver is good as normal. Always liked him. The kid was annoying. I think they could have done more with this one. It has a really good premise. Could have done more science fiction to it. The CG was okay. Sound design was great. Some of the music was, especially the beginning scene when they landed and the camera pans out and you see these mountains. You've got these kind of really kind of like orchestral sounds and booming sounds. I thought that was a bit, I would want to see it more quieter. Hence the writer of Quiet Place, but the sound is just really booming in certain places that didn't necessarily need it. But overall, it was an okay film for what it's worth. 90 odd minutes. Like I said, the premise could have been a lot better. Could have been more fictionesque. Is that a word? I'm not even sure. But anyway, so what would I give it? I give it probably a 5 out of 10. Because I did like the dinosaur. I did like the ending with the 2 T-Rexes and the other dinosaur. I'm not sure what dinosaur that was. And yeah, I like some of the bit where they was in a cave. Really felt claustrophobic. But overall, like I said, the missed opportunity. The kid was a bit annoying. 5 out of 10. Anyway, I'll just say thank you for watching, and please do subscribe for more talking geeky stuff. And till next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world, and please stay safe. Goodbye.